Hello, welcome to Just the Tips with Bridget PHETASY. There's been a lot of talk about working from home lately, and so we thought, since cousin Maggie and I both work remotely, we would give you our do's and don'ts and maybe help you along through this trying time. We have 6 do's and 5 don'ts for you. Now, neither one of us have kids, so we realize that this might not apply to everybody, and some of these things might not be relevant to you, but you can take what you want and throw away the rest. And if you have comments or suggestions and you work remotely and have kids, put them in the comments. Even if we forgot something, we want to hear from you, so put it in the comments. Tip number 1, put on clothes. Any clothes. You just have to switch clothes. If you're not wearing clothes, put some on. If you are wearing pajamas, put on sweatpants. Ladies, put on a bra. This is an absolute must. You have to put on a bra because it signals you are going to work. Don't forget basic grooming, deodorant, brush your teeth. This is a work day. Behave as if you are going to go interact with other humans. This will help you get motivated to do the work. Tip 2, step away from your bed. Just step away and make it. So that way you don't get directly back into it. Working from home is all about how quickly you can get out of bed and get going. Because if you don't get out of bed, you will stay there all day. And generally not get out of bed until 3 o'clock and be watching Netflix. This is why putting clothes on and doing basic grooming is step number 1, because it forces you out of your bed. But don't get back in. Be sure to make your bed. This is some Jordan Peterson 101. Make your bed. Tip 3, get a chunk of work done early in the day. And also remember, it's never too late to start your day. Because sometimes if you don't get that chunk of work done early in the day, you'll say, this day's kind of shot. Don't do that. It's never too late. If you work from home, you can start at 3 and still have an 8-hour day, technically, and work until 11. Maybe you're a night owl. Maybe you're an early morning person and you want to get that chunk out of the way at 5 a.m. Do it. The faster you can do it, the better. The trick is just start. Get in there and start. Even if you say I'm only going to work for an hour, generally you'll work more. You just have to get in and start working. Which leads me to tip number 4, know when to stop. You have to be able to differentiate between work and personal life when you're working from home. This can be very challenging because your work, we're all remote, we're on our phones all day. It's easy to just answer emails at 8 o'clock at night. So when you clock out, make sure that you clock out. Don't check those emails. Just decide, I'm now going to be person who isn't working. And you have to set boundaries around that time, or else it's going to affect your personal life, your personal relationships, and your just mental health. You have to be able to unplug, because when you work from home, you can fall into the bad habit of always working all the time and never turning off, and then slowly going crazy. Tip 5, go for a walk. Get some exercise, get moving. If you're stuck, you've got your chunk out of the way, get the blood flowing. This is really important. You can go for weeks without even so much as walking up a flight of stairs if you don't have them in your home when you work from home. Get a Peloton, get a dog. A dog will probably be cheaper. Whatever you do, you need to get the blood flowing because you are a stationary being. And if you haven't left your bed in 3 days and you're working from your bed, you need to get the heart rate up. It's bad for you to just be sedentary. And it's easy to be sedentary when you work from home. So every day, just even if it's a walk around the block, just do 10 minutes of jumping jacks. I can do a whole video on exercises you can do working from home. Maybe we will do that. But in the meantime, get your butt moving and get that heart rate up. I don't care if it's high knees in your driveway. Tip 6, know thyself and know thy routines. This is when you get to know when you're strong and when you're weak. For instance, I'm really good at writing from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning. That's when my brain is the most clear and it's quiet. You might be very strong from 12 to 3. I'm a useless POS from approximately 2 to 5 p.m. I can't get anything done. This is when I go for that walk I was telling you to go on. And then I have another resurgence of energy around 8 p.m. until about 11 or 12. But this is just me after years of knowing what works for me. You have to start to know what works for you and play into those strengths, because it's when you're going to be the most productive, when you have those hours that you know you're the highest functioning and the sharpest. Find your routines that work for you. It's going to take time. You might have to tweak them around other people, kids, pets, but really start looking at when you're strong and when you can be the most productive. Now we're going to get into the don'ts. And this is the portion I'm the most familiar with. Tip number 7, don't think you have all day, because this will be the death of your day. If you think you have all day, you'll waste the entire day. You don't have the whole day. You will end up finding millions of things to fill that day, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Get that chunk of work in early. Thinking you have all day is how you end up wasting all day. Don't do it. Tip 8, social media. Just don't. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is how you end up wasting your entire day. You might think, oh, I'm just going to go look at Facebook and Karen got a nice haircut and I'm going to like it. And that's all I'm going to do. Get in, get out. Oh, what do we have here? Some news. Oh, now we're on YouTube. And once you're on YouTube, as you know, YouTuber watching this, you will go down a rabbit hole that could last for days. And I'm telling you, the minute you start asking if 9/11 was an inside job, you're in trouble. The sun is setting, you're still probably in your pajamas, you never made your bed, and you've wasted an entire day. So if you are going to use social media, you have to put guardrails around it. This is very important. Here's what I do when I'm being good. Here's what I do. Use it as a reward and time yourself. And I mean time yourself, and when you put the timer on, put it in another room so that you have to use your stove timer, so that you have to get up and walk away from whatever you're doing to interrupt the process. Because these algorithms are much stronger than you are, and once they suck you in, good luck getting out. Tip 9, don't forget to eat. Eating is very important when you're a human, and it's very easy to forget to do when you work from home. Because once you get into that rhythm, you don't want to stop, and you'll forget to eat, and then it'll be 3:00 p.m., and you won't have eaten anything, and then you just eat crap. And so this is also a good way to take breaks. You're more productive when you take breaks. There's a lot of science around this. And I recommend meal planning on Sundays. One of the ways that you can really be productive and help yourself at working from home is treating the work week like a work week. And that starts, for me, by meal prepping on Sundays. And that way you have good things to eat. And again, I can do a whole video on things that I meal prep for the week. And then you'll have good food, and it's easy, and you take a break, and you're fresh, and then you're back at it. But don't forget to eat. It's important. Tip 10, don't let people steal your time, because they will. People who work from home actually do work. And many people who go to the office and work have this idea that people who work from home aren't really working. They'll call you, they'll think that you can talk to them while they're on their commute. They'll ask you to pick up Snickers from the vet from them. They'll want you to do all kinds of errands. They'll want you to just chat all day long. And you have to be able to put boundaries around your time and say no. And turn off your phone. Airplane mode is your best friend when you work from home. And this is an easy way to just shut it down and stay focused. There are also really great apps like Freedom that will shut down all of your different social medias and other distractions that you might have on your phone and on your desktop that you can use to put those guardrails around your time, because focus is everything when you work from home, which leads me to our final don't. And our final tip 11, don't mistake procrastination for being productive. This is my greatest demon that I need to wrestle when I work from home, because there are a million things that need to be done when you work from home. I need to alphabetize my spices right now. That is the most important use of my time. When I'm on deadline, there's never any time that my house is more organized and clean. Now is not the time for you to purge your closets and all of your drawers. It's not the time for you to clean every slat in your blinds. Now is the time for you to sit your butt down in that chair and get to work. And it's easy to say, oh, but these things need to get done. I absolutely need to clean my keyboard with a toothbrush, or the grout between my tiles in my bathroom. No, you don't. You're procrastinating and you're making it look like you're busy and you're not. You're just wasting time and not doing your work. So there you have it. The do's and don'ts of working from home. A lot of us are doing that these days, and that's what I've got. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you work from home and have tips, please put them in the comments. If you have children and have even more ideas, put it in the comments. We want to hear from you. This has been Just the Tips with Bridget PHETASY. I'm Bridget PHETASY, and what the hell do I know?